Hello, welcome to the Audience Radio Show with your host Camilla.
Welcome to another edition of the Audience Radio Show. My name is Camilla. It's a pleasure to be with you as we kick off another exciting month in the chart. We're at the end of May. The artists who battled it out for number one and won will take away money from the Wildcard funding grant, which can be used any way they like in terms of making a new recording or a video to help get their music out there. And this week, we announced the winners for April. Congratulations, Chachi. We'll catch up with one of the Chachi members very shortly. We'll also have a chat to the new Wellington-based artist. Her name is One. She goes by the other name, her real name, Zoe. And we'll check out her song called Crazy for the first time on The Audience. As usual, on the show, we'll see what our curators recommend from theaudience.co.nz, as well as counting down the chart as voted for by you. Now, being that it is May, that means it's New Zealand Music Month. It's sprung upon us. What are we going to do? We're going to do the chat, and we're going to listen to some New Zealand music. We're going to help you find the best new stuff. Speaking of which, we started off the show with Delay, and that song was called Raw Wave. It's time to get stuck into the chart now, the first one for the month of May 2014. But first, do you remember last week's number one? That's right, wildcard funding winners Chachi with You, which means number 1 is anyone's for the taking this week. Here's this week's number 10, it's Shudette with Fireworks.
This week's number 10.
That song is great. That's Shudette there with Fireworks. Shudette is a Wellington-based multi-instrumentalist, producer and sound recordist, as audience curator Martin Pepperell describes him. Tom is originally from Nelson and he learned violin from a very young age. And we'll play that song in full in just a moment. Right now it's time for number 1. It's Mitch Elderleast with For the Hills.
Here's your number 9.
God had no solution. Maybe God was not you.
This week's number 8.
So talented there. She is going to be the next big thing and she's generating a lot of exciting press around her. That's Shunkan, who we had the pleasure of chatting with last week. She's an LA-bred Invercargill-based artist and she's destined for big things. So you can flick her a vote on theaudience.co.nz to help her win the wildcard funding grant maybe at the end of this month. As promised, it's number 10 in full. This is Shudette with Fireworks.
This is the Audience Radio Show with Camilla.
Guys, now it's just been announced that the Fancy New Band Showcase is happening on May the 31st, which is the last day of New Zealand Music Month. It's at the King's Arms in Auckland, and playing at Fancy New Band is Shun Khan, be fantastic to see her, Race Banyan, Purple Pilgrims and Pals, also a few more, but you can find the full lineup of artists online at theaudience.co.nz. Also playing at Fancy New Band is Totems. You might even hear this song. This is Overcast featuring Foxtrot. Joining us on the line now, we have Zoe Ott. That's how you pronounce your last name, isn't it, Zoe?
Yes, it is.
Zoe Ott. One more vowel and it could be like Otter.
Yeah, I've got that quite a few times, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, nothing new there then. Don't worry, I get Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles all the time. That's not that interesting either, but sorry. Icebreaker. Hey, and so your project is called One, and
Yep.
you've got a column in front of it.
Yes.
Can you explain how?
So basically, it's my name, Zoe, and I've got two dots above the E, got the umlaut.
Right.
And
That's exotic.
basically the letters are flipped around, and so I turned it into
Oh, I see.
One.
That's very
You
clever.
know what I mean? It's kind of it's a bit of a process to explain to people, but I kind of just stuck with it, and that's just what happened.
No, I can totally see it because I've written it down in front of me and now looking at it, so that's very clever. Oh, nice one. Okay, so tick, that clears that up. And so, Zoe, for those of us who aren't very familiar with One, whereabouts are you based and what would you say your background is?
So I just moved up from Christchurch at the start of this year, moved to Wellington. So that's where I'm based now, and I've got quite a few people who do music here who I know, so that's a good starting point.
They're helpful
And-
with collaborations and that kind of thing? Have you been working on
Yeah,
things of that
starting
nature?
to do things like that, which is pretty exciting. And basically, just I've always done music since I was a kid. Kind of like after school, every day, always had something on and did everything possible at school.
Good parents,
Um,
driving around to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, so what sort of music first inspired you? What were you listening to when you were little that you thought, I want to do this?
When I was little,
Mm.
God, it was, well, of course there was the Spice Girls, right? That was,
They come up quite a few times, actually, the new generation
yeah,
coming
for
through.
sure, that's where everyone starts. But it was actually more classical music for me.
Wow.
Yeah, so I still actually quite enjoy listening to that. I can get different parts that inspire me into just doing lots of different kinds of sounds and whatnot. But yeah, so it was basically classical at first.
Is that good in terms of the bones and structure of a song? Has that helped you? Or is that...
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I've liked to compose as well, write music. So like physically writing down the notes and stuff. So yeah.
Wow, that seems a little bit old school. Is it these days?
Yeah,
Because
I
most
know.
people are using like Ableton or whatever.
It doesn't happen as often now, but when I get the chance, it's actually really nice.
So what is your favourite instrument to work with? What largely makes up your music?
Oh God. Well, basically Logic on the laptop, but otherwise it is singing. So just basing it on chords and singing is my main base, and then I try to do drums and all that kind of stuff.
Certainly, you're overflowing with talent there. I can't play anything except maybe the triangle. And so we're about to. Hey, that's not that funny. We're about to play Crazy. Your track Crazy. Is that part? Have you got a massive back catalogue of material that you're waiting to release? Where are you up to with recording?
Oh my God. I've kind of got just bits and pieces everywhere at the moment. I am looking into definitely doing an EP or something, but to be honest, it is early days. But just trying to get anything I can out there and seeing as there's actually people who like what I'm doing, which is really nice. If I have something that's kind of ready, I'll put it out there.
So you're
So that's
you're in
what
the
I'm doing at
very
the moment.
genesis. So we're quite privileged here. So tell us a little bit about what Crazy, the song we're about to play, is about.
Oh my God. I guess just sometimes I
Crazy.
think too much and overthink things and and for no reason, whereas I should just probably chill out.
I think a lot of people would be like that.
Yeah.
Myself included, definitely. And so are we going to be able to catch you live performing around New Zealand anytime soon, or are you still figuring out how that's all going to come together?
I think because I've done a few gigs with Wellington band Groany, and I think they have in July. I think they might be doing an album release, and they've asked me to
Oh, cool.
play for them. So that's one thing I know so far.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, well, Zoe, thanks so much for taking the time to chat to us, and best of luck for 2014. We'll be keeping our eye on you. And welcome
Thank
to the
you so
audience.
much.
It's great to have you on board. And we are now going to check out Crazy. So this is One, Zoe Ott's project, and the track is called Crazy. Hey, thanks so much, Zoe.
Cool, thank you.
take your hand as I give you mine. Want to hold that feeling tight. Just hold it tight. Or I just might lose my mind again. I take your hand as I give you mine. Want to hold that feeling tight. Just hold it tight. Or I just might lose my mind again. I take your hand as I give you mine. Want to hold that feeling tight. Just hold it tight. Or I just might lose my mind again. I take your hand, please take mine. Lose mine again. Lose mine again. If you don't. I take your hand as I give you mine. Want to hold that feeling tight. Just hold it tight. Or I just might lose my mind again.
This is the Audience Radio Show.
One before that, funny little sting there with Crazy. Up next, a brand new one from Kid 'n Tank. I love their name. Kid 'n Tank are a 5-piece band. They're based in Wellington, and they're described as being new wave / garage. They've got a couple of EPs out under their belt, and they formed around 2009. Let's check them out. Here they are with a song called Rogue Planet. Kitten Tank, Rogue Planet, on with the chart. Now here's number 7. We spoke to her earlier. It's One with Crazy.
Number 7. This week's number 6.
Can say what is right when I have never even walked a single mile in their shoes. Tell me, who the hell are you again? 'Cause you sure ain't a friend.
Tali in at number 6 with Walk a Mile. Stay with me. Shortly we will chat to Hamish from Chachi. He has a fantastic last name, by the way. He'll be joining me on the line in just a minute. In the meantime, though, coming in we have Jessie Leov with Vows.
Here's your number 5.
Cause everything we built will now separate, making my own fate without you now.
Number 4.
He's a drink, he's a light, a pill, sound so enjoy the ride. We are destined to rise. We are destined to rise.
Collaborative effort there, that is Ride with a song called Ride. Those guys are based in Wellington. And coming in at number 4. Right, time to play this week's number 6 in full. It is Tali with Walk a Mile.
Who up and died and made him king, free to pass judgment on most anything he sees, and what he hears don't get me started. Sailing in stormy waters still uncharted. I got no time for any of this kiss and master pass these negatives as news, acceptable to fools who give them time when the time is mine. It's my life, it's my life. So who are you to sit back and say what is right when you have never even walked a single mile in my shoes? Tell me, who the hell are you again? 'Cause you sure ain't a friend. Is it really relevant? We know the story that's going round, the trust they care to sow. That's somebody's business, not my own. So I think it's fair we leave it there, don't you? 'Cause I got no time for any of this. It's ridiculous, the emphasis we give to how others live, and the negative. When aren't we all the same? It's their life, it's their life. So who am I to sit back and say what is right when I have never even walked a single mile in their shoes? Tell me, who the hell are you again? 'Cause you sure ain't a friend. Yeah, 'cause a friend in need is a friend indeed. But it's funny how these fakers, they befriending me. Don't get caught up in the stories of misfortune you hear, 'cause half the time it's only haters out creating despair. The tongues that waggle full of others' news as if it's their own. They have no place in my periphery, don't stay in my home. It's jealousy that drives the energy, so do what you must to clear your world of negativity as if it were dust. Inside your fist it is crushed, on your plate it's a crust. Cast aside the pride that makes us feel as if we should trust everything we hear or read that causes us all to judge. 'Cause if I wanna hear the news, I'll just invite them to lunch. It's their life, it's their life. So who are we to sit back and say what is right when we have never even walked a single mile in their shoes? Tell me, who the hell are you again? 'Cause you sure ain't a friend. Yeah, it's my life. befriending me. A friend in need is a friend indeed. But it's funny how these fakers, they befriending me. Yeah, yeah. Word to your mother.
Joining me on the line right now, I have Hamish Jellyman, who is part of Chachi, the winning band for the month of April. Hi, Hamish. How's it going?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Now, something intriguing about you would have to be your last name. Surely, with a last name like that, you're some kind of superhero with jelly-like flesh that takes bullets and they get lost in there and they disappear in it. Something.
I wish. It did lead to a bit of teasing at school there.
Did it?
But, yeah, you get used to it, you know, like, have you got jelly for lunch? Well, I just started bringing jelly for lunch and then the joke's on them.
Yes, actually, I do have some jelly. So, if you, hey, that's rad. Your last name. I've never come across it. I've got to get over it and pretend it ain't no thing. But it's pretty special there, Hamish.
Yep.
Okay, let's get down to business now. Enough of that. Congratulations, you guys won the Wildcard funding grant. That's excellent news. You guys
Pretty
were,
excited.
yeah, well, you were gunning it all up the chart, weren't you, for April? It was very, very close.
Yep.
And the track that won was You. So tell us a little bit about how you found out that you'd actually won the money.
Well, I mean, we just pushed the whole month. We tried really hard, keeping on our fans and our friends and family to keep voting. And so we were number one from the start of the month. And then just in the last week, it sort of got a bit hairy with some other strong competition coming through.
Yes, the Burns were in
great
there.
tracks, and they all kind of deserved to be up there as well. So we're just really stoked that we could come out on top in the end.
So how did you find out?
Oh, I don't know. We just waited until midnight and then...
You had a look. You didn't get like streamers and a call and breakfast in bed and special
it's
stuff.
not quite that exciting.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's back to work.
Oh, back to eating jelly. Well, what have you guys? So there are quite a few of you in Chachi, the band, aren't there?
Yep, there's 6 people in the band, yeah.
So do you guys have to have a meeting at the round table about how you're gonna plan to devise where the money is going to be allotted?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's reasonably organised in like recording and video funding type sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we can come up with like having extra funding for, particularly for the video. Like it gives you a lot more options when you've got like financial backing like that, rather than just pulling it out of your own pocket.
Oh, totally, and a bit of promotion around it is invaluable in terms of exposure and having something that you're really proud to put out there. So what else have you guys been up to lately?
Well, the coolest thing we've been doing lately is we've just started a house party tour where we basically just go and play at people's house parties for free.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we just thought it's always a lot of fun to play at those sorts of things, and there's lots of cool people and everyone's real chilled and just having a good time. So
Wow, so
we're
people
just,
get a live band coming in. And you guys pay
Yeah.
for your own travel and everything?
Well, sometimes, depending where it is, we might be like, it'd be sweet if you put a round ahead at the end or something, and if people want to help us out, that's cool. But yeah,
Aw.
basically forking it out ourselves and just trying to like make the rounds. We've got we did one in Auckland last week,
Oh, how cool.
and then there's another one in Auckland next week, and then Wellington, and there's one in Christchurch in July.
So it's a pretty good
But,
way to hone your skills as well, playing to a live.
Oh yeah.
Are people
absolutely.
quite stoked? Like, does everybody know you guys when you turn up, or are they just like, hey, a free band, let's get them anyway?
Yeah. Oh well, I think the person who organises it probably knows who we are, but I don't think many of the other people there would know. But that's half the good of it for us, really, is that we're playing to people who don't really know who we are and can find out and see if they like it or not.
It's genius, Hamish Jellyman. Yeah.
But if people were interested in that, they just need to have a look on our Facebook and then maybe send us a message about why we should come to their house and play.
That's awesome. Hey, so
Yeah.
tell us a little bit. We're about to hear the winning song, which is You. Tell us a little bit about what You is actually about.
The song's a wee bit about sort of discovering who you are and what you want to do with your life, and then people around you supporting you and doing what you want to do and help you achieve your goals. So it kind of comes across a bit within our band. Like we've all got very supportive families and friends who always turn up to gigs and always help out in any way possible. And it's great when that happens to people in all walks of life.
So it's an uplifting message.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Oh, hey, Hamish, congratulations. Well done, Chachi. That's fantastic news, and I look forward to seeing what comes out of this funding and how it gets used.
Yep.
Best of
Awesome.
luck for the future, and we'll catch up soon. Here we go. This is Chachi with you, and thank you very much, Hamish.
Hey, cheers. Thanks a lot.
Some people think that this comes easily, but I doubt they've even tried to search me unconscious reality to find a reason for their life. I love it when we see Can you remember back when we were young? Dreams came true when you close your eyes. It's bound to happen if you give it a chance. With a little hard work and compromise. I love it when we see
Continuing on with the chart, down from 2 last week, it's Auckland-based The Burns, and the song is called Come Alive.
Number 3.
Come alive, you cried, I'll see you on the other side. And you flew away into the sun. Could it be I've had my very first epiphany now? Come alive, my dear friend. Come alive and face the truth. So I held my hand out to a place I heard you shout out. Nothing is stopping you now.
You're listening to The Audience Radio Show.
This week's number 2.
But I didn't know what I would find, 'cause I was blind till I found you. You have to show me I was wrong, show me I was wrong and never let you in. We can't win till we begin. Don't you know that you make me better? Don't you know you should know that through the weather? You're the shelter in the sun, you're the strength when I am torn. Don't you know, please don't go, 'cause you make me better. 'Cause you make me better. When I'm at my worst, I know you're there. Know you'll be right there if I fall apart. And in the dark, you'll be right here. Now the thunder sets in when I'm all alone. When I'm all alone, it surrounds me when you're gone. Everything goes wrong. Rain clouds bring the thunder close to me. But you're right here, you are right there. Don't you know that you make me better? Don't you know you should know that through the weather? You're the shelter in the sun, you're the strength when I am torn. Don't you know, please don't go, 'cause you make me better. 'Cause you make me better. 'Cause you make me better. Don't you know that you make me better? Don't you know you should know that through the weather? You're the shelter in the sun, you're the strength when I am torn. Don't you know? Don't you know that you make me better? Don't you know you make me better? Don't you know you should know that through the weather? You're the shelter in the sun, you're the strength when I am torn. Don't you know? Please don't go, 'cause you make me better. 'Cause you make me better.
Two there, hot Kiwi pretty boys, the latest fallout with Better. Right, guys, that means it's time for this week's number 1, the first for New Zealand Music Month, the first for May 2014. It's Canadian-based August Alaimoana, and the track's called Wake Up, and it's taken from his upcoming EP, Late Bloomer. It's sure to be a good one. I'm Camilla, take care, and I'll see you next week.
This week's number 1.
I wake up in the morning and she's lying next to me, yeah, a face for a beauty queen. She belongs in a magazine. Takes me by the hand and she whispers in my ear, yeah, I love you with everything. Then she gets down on one knee, yeah, and then she takes me by the hand and she asks for my hand in marriage. I was lost for words. Is this the right time? Should I speak my mind? I still wake up. My baby, you should wake up. My darling, you should wake up and see, yeah. take me by the hand and you ask my hand in marriage. I was lost for words. Is the right time? Should I speak my mind? I still wake up. My baby, you should wake up. My darling, you should wake up and see, yeah, that when you wake up, my baby, when you wake up, my darling, when you wake up, all you'll find is me. And if you ever need a hand, I'll be there to comfort you. Whoa, whoa. And if you ever need a man, I'll be there for you. I'll be there to hold you tight. I'll be there. I still wake up. My baby, you should wake up. My darling, you should wake up and see, yeah, that when you wake up, my baby, when you wake up, my darling, when you wake up, all you'll find is me, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, oh.
You've been listening to the Audience Radio Show with Camilla. Till next time,